So we had more news, guys, over the weekend as the summer comes to a close of like sports that people actually want to watch because nobody cares about the Olympics, let's be honest, and baseball is a dead sport. So we're going into a time period where there's no sports because
Let's go
soccer
back for a
has
second. Did you just say nobody cares about the Olympics?
nobody cares about the Olympics.
Are you shitting me, dude? Are you shitting me?
You watch the Olympics? You like to
You're
watch
probably
people
somebody who
swim in a
thinks that
pool?
it's the opening ceremonies. It's one ceremony, man.
What?
Who's calling you out?
That's how casual you
People
are of the
people
Olympics.
think there's more than one ceremony to open
They
it.
call it the opening ceremonies. No, it's just one. You're one of those guys.
I am a person who says ceremonies, but I know that it's
Oh, how
only
did I
one.
know? How did I know?
It's
The
go down to your local pool and watch people
You're
swim
just
laps.
you're downplaying a global event that a lot of like other people all over the world are heavily invested in.
How
Heavily.
heavily? How heavily?
Life or death, dude.
People
Like,
still have pride in their country. Like we know
That
Americans
that's
like
fine. Like if we really had pride in our country and the athletes that go over and compete in the Olympics, they wouldn't get one sponsorship every 4 years. If we really cared about the Olympics. We don't have Olympic athletes with sponsorships outside of the Olympic year. For the 6 months that it's going on right now, all of the Olympians have sponsorships. And then after 6 months, nothing for
okay.
another 3.5 years. Nobody cares about
because
the
they
Olympics
are Olympic athletes. They train for the
because
Olympics that happen
nobody
every
cares
four
about the
years.
Olympics.
But
No
they,
one
I mean,
cares.
there's other competitions, like there's other like world competitions and stuff
Yeah.
that
And
they
they're
do. Like
literally never on
they're not just
television
like off
outside of it.
because the Olympics aren't on that year. Like I promise you, they're still
They're
doing shit.
and they have no commercials during that time.
So,
Nobody
like,
cares about the Olympics.
oh my god, dude.
This guy.
We'll get to the real sports.
You're a former wrestler and you're gonna sit here like so nobody cares about the Olympics. Like, come on.
I'll watch.
What are we
I'll watch
talking
it.
about here?
That's it.
Come on.
Michael Phelps isn't there. I don't care.
So
Jesus.
you're an Olympic guy.
Is Katie
Olympian
Ledecky still
guy.
an Olympian? Are we? Is she?
I
Katie
believe. Yeah,
Ledecky's going to
yeah.
go
She
off this
Let's
summer.
she did
go.
Wait,
qualify. She's there.
USA, USA,
more world
USA.
records.
What are you guys most excited for in the Olympics?
Badminton, dude. You ever seen those guys go at it?
I hate you.
Is
It is intense.
I saw a video. I didn't know if it was a joke or not. Is breakdancing actually a sport at this?
Breakdancing is
Yep.
a
Let's
new.
go, dude. That's what I'm hype about, bro.
What country
That
do you
and
think would be the
badminton
best?
and table tennis, but
What country do you think would be the best at
Brazil.
breakdancing?
any Asian country is going to be
Yeah.
formidable. Like,
Ooh,
but
that's
Don't sleep on Germany. Don't sleep on Germany. Don't sleep on Germany. There was a
Some
in
B-boys
Frankfurt
over
there
there?
was some sort of wine festival in a part there, and there was people dancing at like an amphitheater area.
I feel like there's going to be some South American countries in there that are really good. Like, don't sleep on like Brazil or maybe like Chile or
Argentina?
something.
Oh yeah,
Definitely
and
not.
sand volleyball. I love sand volleyball.
Oh, shout out Chase Budinger. Made it to the sand
Yes,
volleyball team.
yes, saw that. Saw that
Huge,
video. Yep.
huge.
I thought he was a reserve. He's a reserve.
He's on A team. I don't know which one it is. It's like Team B, I think.
So
Still competing, but not reserves.
Oh, I thought he was reserve. Never mind.
Let's
Uh,
get to the events that happened over the weekend. You've got the European Cup that just finished up.
No, we want to talk about the Olympics. You
No, I don't
dickhead.
want to talk. You can
no one
wait
cares about the
2 weeks.
Olympics. Ooh.
You can wait 2 weeks. Uh, the Euros came to a conclusion. England did not take it home. The country that invented the sport
Who
sucks at it
cares?
again, and their coach has quit after
They
losing
got
his
beat by a
second final
17
in a
year
row.
old.
I'd rather talk rugby, dude. Shut up.
They got beat by a 17-year-old from Spain. It was a
Listen,
great
listen.
game.
There's only one thing that I care
Listen.
about that happened with soccer of this weekend. And that's the
Listen.
fans that came to the Hard Rock Stadium and destroyed it.
I
That's what we should be talking about right now.
didn't see
We were
that.
getting there. We were finishing the Euro talk. We were finishing the Euro talk.
This is talking
The Copa
soccer. We're
America.
talking about stadiums now. This is what we should be putting all our money into right
Dude,
here.
it was an absolute cluster, a giant screw up. let me ask you this. Do you fall into the category that you believe the issue was because there was not enough security because either Miami or Hard Rock did not provide enough security for the stadium?
I'm on the side of they charged too damn much for tickets and people were outraged. They're going
That was
to
that was
storm the
the
stadium
secondary
for it.
market. That was the secondary market. I agree with you. That is the case. That was not the price that was coming directly from that. That's the secondary market issue.
That doesn't matter.
Besides
You
that,
had the secondary market there setting that for the price. People are going to get pissed off of that because they're not going to be able to get it in their first go through. So what are we going to do? They can't stop all of us.
and then they
We're going
did,
to go through
and
the
then they did after
escalators,
they,
the
and then they
vents,
after they,
over the
and after
walls,
they came in, they
everything.
brought in the SWAT team and they removed everyone who didn't have a ticket.
Everyone.
That was what was said to the public.
Oh, there's
Was
no
that
way.
after the initial swarm, they closed the gates. So if and all of you have to know, Copa America was the final was happening in Miami this past weekend. Argentina did beat Colombia 1-0, but prior to the game's kickoff, it was delayed an hour and 45 minutes because of the debacle that happened at the stadium. There were too many people. They all broke in. They climbed up and over roofs, in through ventilation ducts to get in there. And then people who didn't, and it was a lot of people who didn't have tickets. What happened was
That
is
shit was
everybody,
badass.
dude, it was, I mean, it was bad. There were kids in the line. It turned into people were suffocating in line with the guardrails. It was not a good situation. Lost kids, everything that happened with
Dedication.
that.
Just wait till we get the World Cup in a few years.
Fight the
It's be this at
man.
every
Well,
stadium.
that's okay. So that's I'm going to get to that because the issue, what happened, the gates got closed after the initial rush. People went to seats that were not theirs. They could not get people moved, so they brought in police force, SWAT, everyone, anybody who did not have a ticket that had proof of their ticket was forcibly removed. They were put in handcuffs, taken outside of the stadium, and left there, including the president of the CONMEBOL and his son. CONMEBOL is the federation of the South American national teams. He and his son were arrested and removed from the stadium.
Don't you think they would have tickets though?
They had tickets, but I think there was other issues that were going on. Now
Ah.
you were saying in this that you're poking a little fun, so is everybody else on Twitter, but you believe that the United States in 2026, when the World Cup happens, that we're going to have continued issues that we saw from this event, the Copa America final in Hard Rock Stadium.
Well, yeah, if we're going to have secondary market sellers who are overpricing all the tickets for everybody, people are going to be outraged from other countries that don't know any better. They're going to charge the stadium along with all the US citizens that see this happening. They're like, "Oh, look at this. They
What
can
are you
do it.
saying
We can
about
do it
people from
too."
other countries, Sean?
Yeah. What are you saying, Sean?
I'm
What are
saying
you
we
saying?
charge too much for tickets on secondhand resellers, and everybody's going to get pissed off at that. We're going to go storm the stadiums. They're
Hmm.
not afraid to do it. US citizens are.
Oh. Hmm. Hmm. I'll say this. I agree with you on the ticket prices, but do not, and this is the big issue on Twitter. Anybody who thinks that this issue is because of the United States or Miami, that it
It's
had to do with
Ticketmaster.
CONCACAF, that it had to do with ticket prices. That is not the case. This event was run by CONMEBOL, who again, they are the leader of the South American Nation National Soccer Team Federation. They oversee everything. They oversee all of the Copa Americas that happen outside the United States. And guess what? This still happens. This is not because the US Soccer Federation or Miami-Dade or whoever couldn't handle this. This stadium puts on concerts. They put on Super Bowls. They put on F1. They put on so many different events, and this literally is never a problem. The United States held the Copa America in 2016. This didn't happen. Why was there a difference between 2016 and 2024? In 2016, the U.S. Soccer Federation, CONCACAF, and the stadiums had a say on how much security was on hand. They had a say on a little bit on how the ticket prices were and how the secondary market ran. They had 90% of the say on everything that happened in the stadiums. What happened this year? CONMEBOL said, hey, CONCACAF, United States Soccer Federation stadium, you have very little say. We want to make as much money as possible. You do not get to tell us how we're going to secure these perimeters in the stadiums. We're going to run it all. And you have this happen. You have what happened in MetLife happen, where you've got Colombian fans are trying to attack the families, wives, and children of the Uruguayan soccer players. So it wasn't just a Miami issue. It was also happening in New York because CONMEBOL doesn't know how to not scam and try to make as much money as possible. And that's why Miami, whoever owns Hard Rock Cafe, came out and discredited every single thing that CONMEBOL had to say over the weekend from the events that transpired.
This coming from independent research detective Tyler Savainaya. This is his soapbox. This is his platform to expose the what organization? What's it called?
CONMEBOL.
That thing. And
He's been on their ass for
laying out the
years.
facts for you people.
This happens every year. It doesn't matter.
Follow the breadcrumbs.
Whenever Copa America happens and they host it in their own
It's like the
nations of
Garth Brooks
Brazil.
thing. Like whenever he has a concert,
Exactly.
somebody
he
dies.
kills somebody dies in a serial killer fashion. It's Garth Brooks, man. Just look at the tapes. It's there.
I don't know what we do without you, man. Like what I mean, you gotta fight for what's right in shit.